Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Want to pop in and talk to you. You know, I was looking at somebody sent me the video of a rapper and his girlfriend, and they had got into a little physical altercation, and also had a little, I'm still in Germany, by the way, also had a little, and also this week, the life coach certification, because people was writing in saying they struggling on the finance part of it and asking for payment plans. So I just took and discounted it. So if you need to add that stream of income, we getting ready to go into this recession. We kind of already in it. So make sure you grab that. Borrow it from your mama if you need to, or your brother or your sister. Tell them you'll get them back when you start getting your clients. But it's on TonyGaskInAcademy.com. But the rapper and his young lady, they get into a little physical situation. Then somebody sent me the R&B singer and his wife. She say she done with him. She leaving him because he keep cheating. And, you know, we see this stuff all the time popping up on the relationships. And I'll be honest with you, if you're not careful, you will subconsciously take that into your definition of love and relationships. You have to be extremely careful, because if you're not, you will actually redefine what you believe is love. And it's subconscious. You don't really realize it, that the subconscious mind cannot decipher between fact or fiction. So our conscious mind has to refute or accept whatever information that we're fed. And if we are not deliberate about that, then we move toward what our subconscious has fed us. And that's why people listen to affirmations while they're working and while they're sleeping, to reach the subconscious mind. And we have to think about that. I gotta do better, because sometimes I go to sleep to boxing news about the upcoming fights and be in my dream fighting and stabbing people, or go to sleep to comedy skits or something. I need to be thinking about that. But see, that's another thing of knowing yourself too. I can't really listen to affirmations too much, because I'll be up writing books 5 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. But that's how the subconscious works. And so when I think about this and I look into this, I say, you know, we're accepting what society is pushing on us, and we're accepting it as law. We're accepting as this is what's real, and this is love and relationship. So what'll happen is, we'll then say, oh, that's a couple that they had a physical altercation in public, man, and they got money and they got fame. So you got all those things, you got money, you got fame, you got notoriety, and you still get into a physical altercation. So that means my physical altercation behind closed doors is okay, because we're not having physical altercations in public. Then you say, oh, well, you know, she is prettier than me, and she got hands put on her. So that means I gotta expect to get into a physical situation if a woman prettier than me gets into a physical situation. Then we say, oh, she prettier than me and she getting cheated on. So if she prettier than me and she's getting cheated on, then I'm definitely gonna get cheated on. Oh, this man got money, and money is relative. So because my man makes 6 figures, then I'm gonna get cheated on. And it goes both ways, because then the guy's like, oh, okay, well, he done knocked his woman tooth out her mouth, and they still together. Oh, and he done cheated on her with all kind of people, and they still together. Or it took her 6 years or 8 years before she decided to leave. So man, let me cheat for, I'm gonna cheat for 2 years, cheat for 4 years, or let me cheat, but now I see, oh, if you cheat messy, you're gonna get caught. So what happens is we start to redefine our relationship based on the things we see around us. And so we'll see somebody else living a certain way, and it's getting shown to us. And here's the thing, it's not just the negative. It's not just the negative. It is also some of the positive. So you may see this successful black woman with a white husband, and then you say, oh, a black woman said, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go for a white man. I need a white man. Forget these black men. I need a white man because such and such got a white husband. Such and such got a white husband. Such and such got a white husband. And so now you will start trying to look for this person solely based on their race. And you'll pass up on black man after black man after black man after black man who all could have been your husband, who all could have become your soulmate. You'll pass up on them because subconsciously you have accepted that a white man is the way to go. And then the first white man you get, he could be a narcissist, toxic, abuser, everything in the book, cheater. First white man you get, you fight extra hard to make it work with that man because of what you saw and what you heard about white men, and you believed it, and you did not say, oh, that could have been an exception to the rule. That's not everybody's situation. I need to evaluate this for myself. If you don't take and do that work, then what happens is you accept everything, and the next thing you know, you hurt, you're broken, you're crying. And then you will be hurt by this man, and then you will go to the next man. Let's say the white man hurt you. You'll go to the black man, and now you will make the black man pay for what the white man did, and vice versa. All because of what was accepted. Now see, this one thing I saw. One thing I saw, I was online, and I was building my brand, and it was women who started to see my message. And this was in my first 2 or 3 years. It was women who started to see my message, and they did not know that I was married. Because when I first was on Twitter, I wasn't showing nothing personal. I was out there just business. Everything was business. And they did not know. So what happened was, there was women who they started to look and say, oh, well, I need a life coach or an author. I need a life coach or an author to be my husband to be with, because they positive and they write quotes and they do all of this. And so they started looking for that. And I remember it was a young lady, a kind of celebrity. She got me booked for an event to meet me, and on the call, she found out I was married. And I could hear her heart sink on the call. And then the young lady went on to get her a guy who was like a spinoff of me. It lasted that long. Relationship lasted that long. Because women had told themselves, and then I was getting hired for coaching, and not hired, but also email. I'm getting emails from people for coaching, and it's because they emailing me for coaching, and they writing me about relationship coaches that's popular online. And they telling me, this guy doing this, this guy doing this guy lied this guy misled me, this guy did this and that. And I'm like, oh man. So Bud out here selling his dream, and he out here slaying these women. And the reason why women was getting sucked in is because they just looked at and seen a positive message. And they saw and they thought that, oh, if Tony Gaskins is this, every guy who write quotes and who talk about love is that. And then they realize, no, you got to take each situation by itself, because you don't know me. It's a many days my wife done had a headache. It's a many days my wife probably done felt like leaving me. You don't know me, so you don't know the behind the scenes of how toxic I could be as I'm trying to grow into a man and become a man. How toxic I could be. Y'all, I'm just walking around downtown. Look like they got a little yard sale going on. I'm about to go over here. It literally look like people selling clothes out their closet. And them clothes do not look gently worn. I'm gonna walk through though. I just read an article too about how racist Germany is. It was an article talking, black man was talking about he worked at his job for years, and the co-workers won't speak to him. And I ain't felt warm welcome yet, but they be looking at you like, listen, I'm still over here. I can't say too much, but listen, it do not be no warm welcome. They be like, especially the older ones now. There was a young lady just walked past me. She looked back and smiled at me. She heard me talk. She probably heard my accent and hear I'm speaking English. She looked back and smiled. She looked young. But listen to me now. Here, these messages going out, and people not taking and looking at individual situations and saying, let me evaluate this for myself. But we looking at what somebody is or what we see online, and we're defining love and saying, oh, well, I got to go through this, or oh, I need this type of person, or oh, I need that type of person. Oh, I need the person that does this. And I remember, talking to a young lady and saying like, well, this is how my situation worked with my brand, and this is why. And women started trying to make their man look legitimate by posting pictures with them and doing these things. And they was doing that. Now, why is you honking the horn? And they was doing that because they felt like, oh, Tony Gaskins and such and such and such and such make money because it looks like they live what they teach. So let me paint the picture with my man like he live what he teach, or like he is this or that, and it's gonna make more money. And that became a thing. In Hollywood, men started getting married because they were being told marriage represents stability and marriage is going to make you more money. So if you notice, the really big wigs in business, they married. Only one that's really not married that's real big is like, what's his name? P. Diddy. LeBron James married. Dwayne Wade married. Kevin Hart married. That don't mean everything peaches and cream, but what does it represent? Stability. So, but what it's doing is, it's having men younger than them get married, but without working on themselves. So they married, but it don't make no good if you married and you don't know how to be a man. And that's where we struggling at. Where is these men now got to start saying like, this is what I'm doing to work on myself. This is how I changed my mindset. This is how I stopped cheating. This the work I done did. This the therapy I did. This the coaching I did. This the books I read. To show these young men, like, you just can't get married and think you automatically gonna flip a switch just because you said I do. No, You still gonna be a dog if you was a dog before marriage if you don't do the work to change. So, hey, it's Tony Gaskin. God bless you. Get off the phone because I'm in somebody else's country and they don't know if I'm filming them and talking about them or out here undercover spy agent. That man yelling at his daughter like that. Oh, she boo-hoo crying now. And boy, look here. When I tell you he looked like he drank the whole bar, that man looked like he drank the whole bar. The man done took the baby out the stroller and got her walking. And now he done throwed the stroller. He done pushed the stroller. Oh, Lord. See him back there? The man got the baby walking. She about 2 or 3. He be done seen on camera, and then he run over here hot with me, go to cuss me out. Now I got to knock him out in another country. Come on now. I ain't trying to go to nobody jail. So listen, hey, God bless y'all. We'll talk soon. I'm very intrigued. These people is literally, I'm very intrigued because man, that's really, they selling, you know, grandma clothes, granddaddy clothes. Yeah. And it just, you know, it's beautiful to see now just how people, the humility and the simplicity. I'm finna go right here and buy my wife one of these blazers. Tell her, baby, I got you a vintage blazer. I'm like, what? She don't watch my videos, but she live with me. She hear everything I talk about, so don't y'all let her know where that vintage blazer come from. Right out here at the swap meet. Hey, God bless you. We'll talk soon.